This is one charming LEGO set for the Peanuts fans out there. The LEGO Ideas Snoopy's Doghouse is a set where you can choose to display it between three classic comic scenes. This set is 964 pieces and is about $90. LEGO made a new element for this set, and the designers use this element in two ways. They use it as the grasses for the base, and as you'll see later, feathers for woodstock. We start the build with the plain green base of the set. It has some snot bricks that are carefully spread out around where you can attach the characters, the campfires, or even some tuft of grass. Next, we build the Starry Night background from which this original set idea came from. The background is just plain black, and they use some eyepieces to represent the stars for the background. I'm not really sure why they used eyes instead of star prints. It didn't really work for me. It didn't bother me at all because I wasn't really intent on showing the background for my final display. But yeah, it was a weird choice for me. The biggest and the main part of this set is the big red doghouse, where you can usually find Snoopy on top of. This was probably the part where I think it got a little complex to build, but in the end, the final display looked amazing. I did find it a little fragile to build, although when you put them together, it becomes a little more solid, but you still have to be very careful when you're moving the house around. I love how the walls and the roofs are built in such a way that they have gaps in between, giving it more texture and not just a plain, boring red doghouse. The end part is just sliding the doghouse into the folded Starry Night background, and is held into place on some of the snot bricks that are on the base. The last part will be building the two main characters for this set. Snoopy and Woodstock is a pretty straightforward build. Snoopy has a really large head in regards to the body, but it doesn't really bother me that much. What did bother me was the holes in between the bricks on his head, and I wish the designers did something to cover it up. Otherwise, I think the brick build Snoopy was fine. Snoopy's ears are attached on a turntable, so it moves back and forth when he's laying down or sitting up. Snoopy can be built two ways, with his static standing feet, and another way would be the movable feet for when he is sitting. The two legs can easily be swapped using clips. Woodstock is pretty easy build, using the new elements as his feathers and even a spoon for his tail. Overall, it does look like how Woodstock is in the comics. There are also two extra small builds that are added to help with the scene. One is a blue typewriter, and the other one is a campfire with marshmallows on stick. Like I said in the beginning, this set was made to give us three classic comic scenes to choose from. First would be the classic Snoopy on top of his red doghouse, just laying down on top with Woodstock on his belly. This is the most iconic scene I can think of Snoopy, and I think the designers perfectly captured this scene here. My favorite scene though is the scene where he has his typewriter on top of his house with Woodstock just observing him as he writes his novels. I think this scene is a classic and very iconic scene for Snoopy, and I'm glad that the designers added this scene for the build. The last scene, and probably the least interesting scene for me, is the campfire scene where Snoopy and Woodstock are toasting marshmallows. The Starry Night Sky background is a little small compared to Snoopy, and it didn't quite work as a background for the scene. Although I understand why this scene is here, this is the scene for the ideas that inspired this whole build. Although I appreciate this scene, I think the part with the doghouse is a more interesting scene than this. Overall, I give this build 4 stars. I think it's a charming and adorable ode to the cartoons and comics. Displayability factor is great, giving you 3 iconic classic scenes to choose from. The price of the set is also not bad. The reason why I got 4 stars is because the build is very fragile. You have to be careful moving things around, otherwise it will fall apart. The Snoopy build was also fragile. I keep dismantling his face every time I change his legs or even position him on top of the doghouse. The Starry Night background was a little wobbly for me. But even with those problems, this set is still a beautiful set. It was made with love for Peanuts fans. It has tons of charm, and the way you pose and create the scenes were very clever. I think kids and adults would have fun building this set and find value in it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more builds and reviews.